You know, it's been quite a journey for me these past 4 years, and I've really started to see the Democratic Party in a whole new light. At first, I was hopeful, optimistic even, that they would bring about change that they promised. But as time went on, it became glaringly obvious that they were just playing us all along, saying whatever they needed to get our vote and then doing the exact opposite once they were in power. It's frustrating, to say the least. Remember all that talk in the 2020 primaries about fixing healthcare? Well, let me tell you, healthcare costs are still climbing, and it's hitting families like mine hard. Have there been small changes to the system? Sure, I guess. But it's clear that healthcare has been put on the back burner as Democratic parties tackle an agenda out of line with what the general public desires. I mean, how many times can we hear the same empty promises without seeing any real change? And don't even get me started on how they put their own interests ahead of ours. It's like they've got this whole system rigged to keep their chosen candidates in power. They bullied Bernie Sanders and countless others out of running during the primaries, leaving us with no real choice but to go along with their agenda. It's not democracy when candidates are selected, not elected. It's like they don't even care about what we want or need anymore. It's all about maintaining their own power and influence. I have a family to support. Their futures matter to me. I need my voice to be heard so that I can make sure their future is filled with the opportunities that they deserve. What about transparency? What a joke. Whenever Biden steps up to the mic, it's like he's reading from a script. The media tosses him softball questions, and if he starts stumbling, well, they whisk him away before anything real gets said. It's all just smoke and mirrors to keep us in the dark about what's really going on. How can we expect accountability when our president cannot withstand any type of heat? That is not the type of person I want in control of our nation. That is not the type of person I want negotiating with countries at odds with the United States. We need a president capable of withstanding the slings and arrows so that the United States can come out the other side stronger and more united. And what about Biden's second term? Come on. It's pretty obvious to everyone that he's not up for it. The vast majority of citizens in the United States believe he's too old and are concerned about his mental state. Being president is a round-the-clock, 24/7 job that would take a massive toll on anyone, and an 81-year-old man is no exception. But does the party care? Nope. They're more interested in keeping their grip on power than listening to what the people want. That is as anti-American as things get. We need to hold the government responsible for the blatant disregard of its citizenry. It's mind-boggling, really. While we're here trying to scrape together enough to put food on the table and keep a roof over our heads, the Democratic Party is funneling billions upon billions of dollars into foreign projects that seem to benefit everyone but us. A college education? Well, it's becoming more of a pipe dream for many young Americans as tuition costs skyrocket and student loan debt piles up like there's no tomorrow. And of course, there is the housing market. Affordable housing? Good luck finding anything that doesn't break the bank, especially in urban areas where prices have soared out of reach for the average family and interest rates are absolutely out of control. And then there's inflation in general. It's hitting us like nothing else. It hits where it hurts the most, right in our wallets. Prices at the grocery store are climbing and our paychecks seem to shrink with each passing month. It's like they're living in a different world, completely disconnected from the realities that ordinary Americans face every single day. While they're busy patting themselves on the back for their foreign policy achievements, we're left to fend for ourselves in an economy that is rigged against us. And of course, there is the border debacle. It is wide open, with no real plan in sight for an actual solution. We have criminal elements from other countries assaulting our very own police force. How can we expect to have any hope for our families and their future as we watch illegal immigrants take advantage of our kindness, consume our social resources, and recklessly disregard our laws and the people who enforce them? But try to hold the current administration accountable, and you're likely to be the person who's quickly labeled a deplorable member of society by Democratic leadership. It's as if common sense has been completely turned on its head. But you know what? Enough is enough. I'm tired of being ignored, tired of being taken for granted by the party that claims to represent me. It's time to take matters into my own hands and vote for someone who actually cares about the issues that matter to me and to my family. That is precisely why I have decided to leave the Democratic Party. My family is no longer a part of their target market. They will pander to my kindness and my genuine desire to help those less fortunate. They will shine a light on the anger and frustration of the Republican Party as a reason to support their agenda. They will lie, manipulate, and absolutely refuse to be held accountable for the giant mockery they have made of this country. I am done following their crooked agenda at the expense of my family's future. That is why I am throwing my support behind Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He's not afraid to shake things up and put the needs of ordinary Americans first. He believes in common sense. He insists that all of our voices should be heard and not just the ones that fit nicely into the establishment's agenda. He wants to tackle the corporate takeover of our government head on, and most importantly, he's willing to be held accountable if he fails the American people. And that's exactly what we need right now.